lecture. Hello, welcome back, my dear students. This is a new lecture regarding how to get benefit of Excel in calculating and in accounting in general. And this also will help in decision making, as we know. So the first thing is to do is just share the screen. Then quickly we will go to our work, which we'll work on today. Actually, our work which we'll work on today is just the start itself. We are going to calculate today the total costs of any project. Let me let you know and let me tell you or remind you that we have always for the total cost consists of fixed costs, which will never change, will remain this constant. Like as example here, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And we have also the variable costs, which is correlated to the size of production or the volume of production. As we increase the production, variable costs increase. And there was a video also attached to this video. I showed and I talked clearly about how to calculate the variable costs and the total cost and the average variable and average variable costs and average fixed costs and the average total costs as well. But once we know now, we knew already that the fixed costs are constant. They will never change, especially in the short run. And the variable costs are changing based on the size of production or the volume. Okay, if you produce one unit, your cost will be 100 variable. If you produce two units, your cost will be 160. If you produce three units, your cost will be 210 and so on. So the total cost will equals the fixed cost plus the variable costs. And the average cost will be the fixed costs divided by the quantity, the average fixed cost. Average variable will take the variable and divided by the quantity. Average total cost will be the total costs divided by the quantity. This column divided by quantity. How can we do a program or how can we do this in Excel? How can give the program the instructions and the formulas and let him calculate for me all this way long? So this is what we are going to do now. Actually, the first thing is that we will take it, copy the schedule, this table like this, and we will go here and I open just now an Excel and we'll say special paste and then we'll take it HTML. Then we'll put it like this. Here we go. Here we can make sure that every cell is shifted. Particularly as example, the quality is in A1, fixed cost in B1, variable cost in C1. Let us see as example 100 here in C4. Let us see 1,210 in D6 and so on. So we are on the right path. The question is now, I just want to remove all this. I will keep only the fixed costs and the variable costs. I will just remove all this now. And I will let the computer, let the program calculate it. That's what I'm going to do. So it will be live in front of you, how we will get the formula, how we will deal with these formulas, and how we can do it. Of course, it doesn't matter for a small table like this, but if we have hundreds of thousands of units with fixed hundreds of thousands of fixed costs and variable costs, in that case, we need the Excel to calculate it to us to save the time and save the effort. Okay, now let us go to the let's go or let me as example. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now you are telling me that this is given in the example. The quantity and the fixed cost and the variable costs are given to the example. Our first work now will be the total cost. So the total cost will equal, they will say the sum, 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 I will take the function of the sum what? Sum of B 4 to C4 sum. I will open brackets B4 to C4. Then I will close the brackets back. Then I will give it enter. Okay, I got it now. He calculated for me that 1100 will equals 1100. Okay, so I know now that I can go all the way long down like this way is also will be calculated. Here we go. He calculated that 1160 or 1160, 1210, 1210, 1260, 260, 1300, 1300. Again, I will take this step back so you can see it. Now we calculated that we gave him that the sum equals B4. We have B4 here. This is the cell of B4 plus C4. So this is how it works. Okay, now the calculation, like you see, the functions of sum B4, the range, the two dots, to C4, by other meaning, I want you to sum to me the amounts, to add to me the amount which in the cell B4 and in the cell C4 together. And this will call it total cost. That's what happened. So like I told you before, I don't need to make the calculation for every one of them again. I have here this arrow, small arrow at the end, at the top. What is, you can see it now? This one, what is came across. Then drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. He will do all the operation. Likewise, the first operation on the 1100, he will do the same. So now let us check. 1160 equals 160. 1210, 1210. 1260, 1260. 1300 will equals 1300. We made sure of this point. Okay, how about the next columns? How I will do the average fixed cost? We know that the word average equals the total divided by the quantity. That's fine. That's great. Okay, so if I want to get the average fixed cost here for the first one, it will equals, the formula is the fixed cost divided by quantity. This is the fixed cost and this is the quantity. So as example, 1000 by 1, it will give me 1000. Okay, 1000 by 2, it will give me 500. 1000 by 3, it will give me 333.3. I'll put it here, and so on. But if the calculations is so much, I won't be able to do, this is a small table, but what is applied on the small table will be applied on the huge tables, so with a huge, numerous amount of calculations. So Excel will save the time and do this. Like I showed you, the function of the drag and drop, you will do the same as you did in the first cell. Okay, let's go now and see. I will tell him here what function I will use. I will say equals, then I will take the average. The average of what? I will tell him I need this this is the, I need the fixed cost B divided by B 4 divided by A4. So I need B4 divided by backslash B4 divided by A4 divided by A4. It doesn't matter if it is. Okay, then enter. Here we go. He divide B4, that is the cell, he divided by A4, this one. So 1000 by 1 will equals 1000. Here is the 1000. I don't need to do all these functions back for everyone. Like here I will say 1000 divided by 2 will give me 500. Okay, for a small table like this is fine. But this is the helpful of the Excel, that it will give me a chance to repeat and save the time. How I will do that? I will stop on the right bottom, on the right of the end or the right corner, the right bottom corner. This is the right upper corner. This is the right bottom corner of the cell of the which is calculated already. Then use the aspect of drag and drop. Keep your hand on the left side of the mouse. Here it is. Press on the left side of the mouse till you want the end of the operations. At the end, see 1000 by 5, it will give me 200. Okay, dokie. Now, same things. What we did for the average fixed cost, we will do for the average variable cost now. We will do for this one. But I know that the average variable cost will equal the variable cost divided by the quantity. Here we go. This is the variable cost. And this is the quantity. Likewise, like we did with the average fixed cost, we will do with the average variable. But I will use this time, instead of using the fixed, I will use the variable. So variable fixed, variable cost will be what I will do, how the equation will be. I always, like I told you, I start with equals. So the equal sign, the Excel will understand that I'm going to do a formula. Then equals what? The variable cost here. As example, here is C4. If I stop on the cell C4 divided by divided by which one I need? I need this one. So C4 divided by A4. Then I will see this how much it will come to. Enter 100 exactly, because 100 divided by 1 will give me 100. Likewise, I will do the same thing. I will do the same thing. I will come on the right bottom corner of the cell, click on the left, drag and drop till what I need the end of my operation, till here, and leave your hand. That's it. So 160 by 2 will give me 80. 210 by 3 will give me 70. 260 by 4 will give me 65. And 300 by 5 will give me 60. Finally, the final column should be calculated here is the average total cost. The average total cost. How will I calculate the average total cost? How would I know from studying, and we saw the video and we had the notes, that the average total costs equal the total cost divided by quantity. Total cost, which is what? This is the total cost. This is the total cost divided by the quantity, same thing. So what I did in column number 1 and column number 2, now I'm going to do in column number 3. So you want to tell me that, as example, the first cell here will equal what? The total cost on the first one, on this one, D4, divided backslash by quantity, by the quantity, which is here is the quantity, A4. Then enter. Okay, dokie. And we can calculate it also with another way. Instead of instead of dividing the total costs by the quantity 1100 by 1, 1160 by 2, 1210 by 3, 1260 by 4, 1300 by 5, there is another way. We know that the total is the sum of the, so we have average total costs will equal the average fixed and the average variables. So this column will equal both those two columns. The same thing, same likewise. Look at this. If we calculate it with the first way, 1100 divided by 1 will give me 1100. But the other way is 1000 plus 100 will give me 1100. Perfect. Okay. Now, if I want to go for the rest of this column, if I want to go for the rest of this column, then like we said always, we'll stop by the corner of the cell, then drag and drop till the end. Here we go. So now I got the fixed costs, the variable costs, and the total costs. If I want to draw as example those four columns, let us see those four columns. And I just want to graph them and do them like as example. Uh, we'll do them as kind of lines. We'll do them through lines. Then we will check out the types of lines which we want. Here we go. Here it is, our draw. It will looks like that way. And here is the fixed costs because it's fixed. And here is the variable costs. And the pink is the total cost. This is the total cost. So here we have the fixed, here we have the variable, and this is the total cost. Usually, the total cost is above all the other curves. So this, the green is the variable. When you see the variable, it's increasing 160, 210, 260, 300. The variable is increasing. And in the same time, the fixed is on the level of 1000. So it is like this way. It takes only a straight line parallel to the horizontal line. How about the total cost? The total cost is always over both of the fixed and the variable. Don't draw the total here in this area. Total is always overcome, over both, over the fixed cost and the variable cost. And like I showed you before, we can control the size of the draw from here, and we can move it also anywhere you want. Like if you want to put it under the this thing, you can put it here, or if you want to move it and put it beside it, that's fine. So whenever you want to move it. So this was a small thing that will show us the relationship between the variables, and this is for also how we'll apply our studies for accounting in using Excel programs. Till here, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening. Please watch the video, which is how to calculate manually before this video, and then watch the Excel. What I did in the start, what I did now. Please watch previous before this. Please watch the behavior of costs. I made a video for this and I will attach them together. So I will put the video first of how to calculate each of the cells. And I said it just now, but I will add it also in the start. Then I will add the video of how to adopt Excel to record or execute or act doing this program to get these results without doing it manually. Thank you so much and have a good night, everybody. This was Dr. Osama Kashwa. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye bye.